Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) on Wednesday reported new charges included in the corruption case against former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello, totaling 16, but on Thursday, EFCC has added more 3 fresh charges to scale up the charges to 19 counts since the fleeing former governor submitted himself for prosecution on Tuesday. Court reporters have filed in reports on Thursday morning that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) will today arraign former Kogi State Governor Alhaji Yahaya Bello on fresh charges of alleged money laundering. Scheduled to appear before Justice Emeka Nwite at the Federal High Court in Abuja, Bello faces a 19-count corrupt practices indictment while he was the governor of Kogi State. The arraignment, originally slated for January 27 next year, was brought forward after Bello presented himself at the EFCC. On November 27, 2024, Bello was arraigned before High Court in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) on 16-count charges of alleged breach of trust, which he denied. Bello on Tuesday told the court that it was necessary to prepare for his defense and sought for bail. Justice Marian Aneni, who presided over the case, reserved ruling on the bail application until December 10 and remanded Bello and 2 co-defendants in EFCC custody pending the decision. Before now, EFCC had declared wanted the former governor over allegations that the former governor was sending money out of Kogi State government coffers to foreign exchange marketers to convert the state funds to dollar for the payment of his children's school fees. Details of some of the new charges against Yahaya Bello as stated in the EFCC news release on Wednesday with caption, EFCC arraigns Yahaya Bello for alleged 110.4 billion naira fraud, reads in full below. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Wednesday, November 27, 2024, arraigned a former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello before Justice Marian Aneni of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT High Court, Maitama, Abuja. He was arraigned alongside Umashwaibu Oricha and Abdulsalami Hudu on a 16-count charge bordering on criminal breach of trust and money laundering to the tune of 110.4 billion naira. Count 11 of the charge reads that Yahaya Bello, Umashwaibu Oricha and Abdulsalami Hudu sometime 2022, in Abuja, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, whilst having dominion over the state treasury, dishonestly used the total sum of 5,698,888 dirhams for the acquisition of a property located at Hotel Apartment Community, Burj Khalifa, Line, B and situate at Plot 160, Municipality number 3457562, Skyview Building No. 401, Floor 4, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, UAE. Count 16 reads that Yahaya Bello sometime between 2017 and 2018, in Abuja, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, had under your control the total sum of 677 nairas, 848,677,848,000 naira, unlawfully obtained from Bespoke Business Solution Limited. They all pleaded not guilty to the charges when they were read to them. Following their pleas, EFCC counsel, Kemi Pinheiro-san, informed the court of the prosecution's readiness to commence trial. However, counsel for the first and second defendants, Joseph Daudu-san, moved an application for bail for his clients. Pinheiro opposed the application, arguing that it predated the arraignment of the defendants and was therefore premature, hasty and procedurally flawed. Daudu had clarified that the bail application before the court was dated November 22, 2024, and urged the court to admit Bello to bail. My lord, the application is supported by a written address and exhibits, including Exhibit A, which demonstrates that the first defendant responded to the court's public summons. His appearance today signifies his commitment to stand trial. He cited sections 378, 2, and 371 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act (ACJA) in support of the bail application. In response, Pinheiro reminded the court that the bail applications only become relevant after arraignment when the court assumes full jurisdiction over the defendant. The application before your lordship was filed on November 22nd, before the defendant submitted himself to the court's jurisdiction this morning. This renders the application hasty and incompetent. The EFCC's counsel also highlighted Bello's alleged history of disregarding court summons and judicial processes. The records before this court demonstrate bad conduct. The first defendant has treated previous court orders with disdain, including failing to appear before the Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal. This conduct punctures his claim of good behavior and commitment to justice. Pinheiro further emphasized the gravity of the allegations, stressing that this case involves over 130 billion naira in public funds, alleged to have been used to acquire properties across Abuja and other locations. Given the defendant's political influence, granting bail poses a significant risk to the integrity of the trial. Counsel to the third defendant also moved for bail, arguing that the application was competent and should be granted. However, Pinheiro opposed, pointing out that the third defendant, who served as a cashier during the alleged fraud and is now a permanent secretary, remains in a position to influence witnesses or repeat the offense. My lord, witnesses in this case are civil servants and subordinates of the third defendant. His continued liberty poses a significant risk to the trial process, he said. Similarly, Pinheiro opposed bail for the second defendant, is still in government service, stating, "My lord, the second defendant is still the Director General at the Government House, the same office implicated in this case. His position creates a likelihood of further interference in the investigation and trial." Justice Aneni ordered that the defendants be remanded in EFCC custody and adjourned the hearing of the bail applications to December 10, 2024.
Osazuwa Connect, bringing you the news in a more digital way.